Hello, I'm Bill Poling, Finance Director for the Village of Glendale Heights. Today, I wish to take a few minutes to explain the tax levy cycle and process. State statutes require that the annual tax levy ordinances be filed with the DuPage County Clerk on or before the last Tuesday in December. My goal is to attempt to provide a brief explanation and overview of the tax levy process and to give you a summary of the village's proposed tax levy for 2012. The tax collection process is as follows. In December, the village submits tax levy ordinances to DuPage County. Tax bills are then prepared by the DuPage County Treasurer and go out in early May. Taxpayers pay DuPage County Treasurer in 2 installments, in June and September. The DuPage County Treasurer then distributes the village's share. Here's a copy of a tax bill, one of many thousands that will be mailed out in the upcoming year. A common misconception is that all the taxes paid on one's tax bill come back to the village. This is not true. The village is one of many taxing bodies that make up your total tax bill. The most confusing part of the tax process is knowing who gets tax levy money and how much. This chart represents the breakdown in percentages of taxes retained by each taxing district. On average, 11% of the property tax burden is assessed by the village. So, for example, if your total tax bill is $6,000, the village will receive 11% or $660, while the remaining percentage goes to other taxing districts, with schools getting the highest percentage by far. My presentation will only be speaking to the village's 11% portion of the property tax bill. If you look at the details of a $6,000 property tax bill, this chart depicts what each separate taxing body receives. Again, the village's portion of the $6,000 total property tax bill is only 11% or $660. An important distinction of the village is that there's not a separate park district taxing body. Instead, the village has a recreation department. What this means to residents is that the $660 includes a levy for recreation. Because the village includes recreation as part of its overall tax levy, our comparison to other municipalities can be skewed. A major advantage to having a recreation department as opposed to a separate park district are the benefits of a unified governance, administration, finance, IT, and other support services. These transactions are counted when determining the equalized assessed valuation, or EAV, market-driven transactions, bank-owned sales, sales from foreclosure proceedings, and short sales. Note that the law was recently changed to include items that had not been previously taken into consideration, such as foreclosures and short sales. These transactions are not counted when determining the EAV, related sales, sales of partial interest, and transfers of properties not advertised. Each of the respective townships within the village transmit their tentative EAV data to DuPage County. Properties within the Bloomingdale Township make up about 88% of the village's total EAV, while the balance, or 12%, is in Milton Township. The tentative EAV for Bloomingdale Township reflects a 10.57% decline from 2011, while the tentative EAV for Milton Township is also down compared to 2011 at 8.7%. Property values seem to be holding a bit better there. Here's a chart showing how EAVs have changed over the last decade. Due to the reality of declining housing values, the village is being sensitive to its residents with regard to the recommended tax levy. In fact, the total actual dollars recommended to be levied are lower than the previous year. Based on our previous $660 property tax bill example, here's the breakdown of what services the village provides with those tax dollars annually. Here's a look at tax levies from 2009 all the way up to what is being proposed for 2012. Please note that the total tax levy being recommended for 2012 is over $581,000 less than it was in 2009. In fact, actions taken by the village towards property tax reduction were identified by the Daily Herald in a February 2012 article. So the next steps with regard to the tax levy process are: the tax levy and tax abatement ordinances are filed with DuPage County prior to the last Tuesday of December. The tentative equalized assessed valuation data is released from the county in late March. Tax bills are mailed out in late April. Tax bills are due in 2 installments, June and September. If you have questions about the property tax cycle, property taxes, or any other finance-related questions, please feel free to call me at 630-909-5342, or you can send me an email. Thank you.